Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, deathly stars, peasants, vassals. I'm a useful idiot, and today we're going to take a look at Obama's new posse, the new batch of bootlickers for the second term. And a lot of the Obama administration stalwarts are bailing on the administration now. Of course, a lot of them are bailing all through the Obama administration, but they're really getting the fuck out of Dodge now. And I think everybody from the EPA head to the SEC, they're all getting off board this ship. So we're getting a whole bunch of new people. So let's take a look at some of the new ones. So of course we got John Kerry up for Secretary of State because Hillary Clinton's leaving. And I look at Hillary Clinton and I think, wow, she used to be a housewife, then she was a college student, then she was a lawyer, then she was a housewife. Then she was the first lady, and then she was a senator, and now she directs global foreign policy for the United States. See how that works? And so now we got John Kerry, and just like John McCain, of course, he didn't learn anything from Vietnam, but he can't be any better or worse than Hillary Clinton. He'll probably be a little better, but it really won't matter, but I'll get to that later. So John Kerry's a good choice because he's been chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee for quite some time, and he's for appointing generous campaign donors as ambassadors, a time-honored tradition, and he's overseen the State Department's bloated budget, and he's supports the billion-dollar embassy that's being built in London and the UK, and the massive spending on the Baghdad and Kabul embassies in Iraq and Afghanistan. And, of course, he oversaw the massive mismanagement of development projects in Iraq and Afghanistan for at least the last 4 years, if not longer. Of course, he wasn't interested in the Benghazi hearings, and he's been on board for the whole Obama agenda and overseen 4 years of diplomatic failures. So he's the perfect choice is what I'm driving at, and I'm sure he'll become the next Secretary of State. Then we got John Brennan. So John Brennan is now going to be appointed head of the CIA, replacing a bureaucrat, Leon Panetta, a businessman and bureaucrat, and not really sure why he ever became head of the CIA, but who knows about these things. So now, ironically enough, we got a CIA guy as the head of the CIA being proposed, John Brennan. Been in the CIA for well over 25 years, and apparently he's a real hard-working man and has no party affiliations. But he had one problem. He was serving in the CIA under the Bush administration, so there's a continuity there. And he had to fend off accusations that he was involved in torture, and he said he wasn't. And he even wrote a letter to Obama because he was being considered for head of the CIA in 2008 as well. And but the liberals didn't want him because they thought he was kind of a insider warmonger, but as it turns out, all the insider warmongers are now liberals. So I guess the joke's on them. So John Brennan, CIA man, up for head of CIA, probably not a bad thing. And then we have Chuck Hagel up for Secretary of Defense, and Chuck Hagel is probably a pretty good choice for Secretary of Defense. I can't really say I have any issues with him one way or another. Interesting choice as a Republican. And interesting that in this day and age, the controversy that we have, just because he says that he respects the sovereignty of the United States and wants to exercise foreign policy independence from Israel. And he said that in no uncertain terms. And I think that should be rewarded. But instead, it's become a lightning post for outrage right now. So interesting situation there, but we'll see what happens. So, and then we have possibly Geithner leaving, and then replacements being suggested for Secretary of Treasury, including Mr. Fink from BlackRock and Jamie Dimon of J.P. Morgan Chase, which is pretty ironic. And some other names are being thrown around, but anyway, we'll see. So here, let's look at the big picture. To me, the big picture is the fact that we have a lot of stalwarts that managed to weather the storm through the last part of the Obama administration the last 4 years, and they are ready to get the hell out. And so we got all these new faces. And it's also to rebrand the Obama administration. This is an opportunity for Obama to put a new face on his administration, perhaps deflect the stinging criticism of the last 4 years. And I think these choices certainly signal some changes. But that's the other part of my bottom line. These are our new faces, but the agenda will stay the same. It will stay the same whether it's Republican or Democrat. The agenda, the ultimate agenda, is the same as far as our presence in the world through this new Secretary of State, this new CIA director, and this new Secretary of Defense. There will be a continuity. And the only difference being I see a little bit of stonewalling between Obama and Israel, which is probably a good idea now because Israel's painting themselves into a corner and is going to end up being a rogue state. And I think Obama is showing that he has someone that will now back him up and looking out for the interests of the United States. And for that little crumb, at least, I will applaud him. So that said, here is the new batch of bootlickers, Obama's new posse, and we'll be looking for a lot more new, fresh faces. And for all you newcomers, hang on, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. I'm useful idiot. Don't you be one too.